What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 36, and in this episode we start the episode off with a game against Southampton here at St Mary's. And of course, in the last episode that you would have seen today, we come on the back of that relieving, I'm going to use the word relieving victory against Middlesbrough in the Capital One Cup by 4-3. And as you saw by my lineup, I did revert back to the best first 11 we've got, in terms of not just overall, but in my opinion, the form and the way I like to play the game. So obviously players like Craig Garner, who had a good game in that game, would be not dropped per se, but rested just because his fitness isn't going to be top notch for this game against Southampton. And of course, Southampton are the side who were the first team to beat us in this career mode, and it was at St Mary's as well. It was the second game of the Barclays Premier League season last year, and they beat us by 1-0. One of our former strikers, Shane Long, scored the goal. I say one of our former strikers. He was sold before we were West Brom manager, but obviously, still, as we do take on Southampton here, as you can see, that the side did revert back to the strongest first 11, and Craig Garner couldn't get on the bench. And I will play those players. I did say in that episode as well that if those players have good games in those sort of lower important fixtures, I will give them game time. But just a few days later to play 120 minutes, 2 hours worth of football, and then have to play the next game, they're not going to be ready. So, but I was relieved that my first 11 were back for this game anyway, because against Middlesbrough I didn't play well enough, and we needed a bit more class out there in my opinion. But we do take on Southampton. The first chance fell there, but Ben Foster made a good save, and from that we broke and went down the left hand side. Niang took the ball around Nathaniel Klein, cut inside the right back and shot, but Jesper Cillessen made a good save, and the Dutch goalkeeper dived on the ball as well to keep it at 0-0. So good save, and it is still 0-0. So a couple of early chances for both teams here, and in the 11th minute another good chance for us here. Creswell finds Sado Berahino, who finds Fabian Delph down the left hand side. Great chance here, takes on Maya Yoshida, beats him for pace, crosses the ball in. It's a bit of a scramble. It comes to Berahino, he gives it to Brown a day, and well, that is an absolutely shocking miss from the informed striker. How on earth did I miss that chance so easily, so badly I should say, and it's still 0-0. And in the 16th minute, just past the quarter of an hour stage, it's a great through ball into Wellington Silva, down the right hand side, takes on Jay Rodriguez, picks out Brown a day, and again, the net should have been bulging. It should have been Southampton 0, West Brom 1, and again, Brown a day misses the chance. And I'm not going to say he's burnt out already, but two real good chances for our Nigerian striker, and I missed them both. And in the 27th minute, Niang makes mincemeat of Maya Yoshida, but the shot goes wide and out for a goal kick. So many chances in the first half, but still 0-0. And another one here in the 41st minute. We had a free kick. Delph crossed the ball in. It was headed away by Southampton. Zambrano collects, and the shot is well saved by Cillessen, and it's turned behind for a corner. So several chances here at St Mary's in the first half to take the lead, but still no goals. And from the corner, it's Delph who crosses the ball in. Southampton get the danger away with Victor Wanyama, but not fully. It comes to Creswell, who finds Malumbu. Malumbu gives it to Nastasic, who shoots on the half volley, and it goes just wide of that far post and out for a goal kick. So still 0-0 as we were closing out the first half. Southampton would have the last chance of the first half. Victor Wanyama's header going over the bar and out for a goal kick from that free kick, but somehow still 0-0 in this game. In the 55th minute, Southampton almost took the lead for a freak howler by Ben Foster from the corner. It should have been an easy catch for our captain, and he just palmed the ball onto the top of the bar, and thankfully it went out for a corner. So very, very big let off there for our captain, and it was still scoreless. And in the 71st minute, you see Maya Yoshida give the ball away here. Niang intercepts, goes through one-on-one, quick little Ronaldo chop to get himself onto his right foot, and he just about squeezes the ball past Cillessen and makes it Southampton 0, West Brom 1. So finally, after 71 minutes, we had the breakthrough. It comes through Niang, and he does indeed get a second goal in a West Bromwich Albion shirt. So real relief, to be honest, because we played so well, had so many chances, and I was so surprised it was still 0-0, but thankfully it was 1-0 there. And in the 84th minute, we sealed the game up through Sado Berahino. It was Targets down the left hand side who gave the ball away for Southampton. He was an easy target for us, really, and that's a terrible pun. But we intercepted with Malumbu, crossed the ball in. Danny Ings' bicycle kick was sort of spilt by Cillessen, really. For a goalkeeper of his class, he should have done better, as it was straight at him. And Berahino had a tap in from 6 yards and made it 2-0. So Southampton 0, West Brom 2. We do claim the victory and the 3 points. So very, very glad to get the win. Obviously, our last league game ended in defeat to Chelsea, so glad to bounce back. And a deserved win, fully deserved deserved win here at St Mary's. You know, we played so much better than Southampton. We deserved a win. We should have scored 3 or 4 at the end of the day. My finishing was really atrocious. You know, it was actually the complete opposite from the Middlesbrough game. You know, and I guess in a way that's kind of good because obviously we still got the win. But you know, in the Middlesbrough game, I couldn't defend to save my life. I was always looking really threatening going forward. In that game, I was looking threatening going forward, but I didn't take my chances. But defensively, I was a lot stronger. You know, so that was a much better showing, particularly defensively. And I was pleased we did indeed claim the 3 points. And the following game was going to be against Feyenoord here in the Europa League on Thursday night. And of course, I've already said the Europa League, I am going to take it seriously. And as you saw by my lineup there, I only made a couple of changes from the side that beat Southampton. So even though there were some tired legs out there, you know, I did want to play a strong side because this is a huge game. This is one of the biggest games of the 6 we'll play because Feyenoord, in my opinion, are going to be the side we'll battle with to finish in second place because I fully expect Napoli to top this group. I really do. Torpedo Moscow, well, you know, from the first game, obviously an easy win for us. We should beat them home and away. I'll predict them to be the whipping boys, really. This will probably be one of 2 games which we can't afford to lose. You know, I think it will be between us and Feyenoord to see who qualifies in second alongside Napoli. So the Dutch side comes to the Hawthorns and we really did want to get a result in this game. That is why I played a very strong side. And the first chance would fall to us in the 11th minute as Brown Day collects the ball and finds Victor Anichebe, one of the few players who didn't start against Southampton. But as he finds Brown Day, he fake shots around Terence Congolo, picks out Mabiniyang, who scored against Southampton, and he scores here as well as he finesses the ball past, is it Kenneth Vermeer? Vermeer, regardless, the goal scorer, and makes it West Brom 1. Feyenoord 0. So great start to this game. We needed to get a result in this game, and to be in front 12 minutes in was the perfect start. Niang scored against Southampton and he scored here as well. So we celebrate with the fans. It's West Brom 1, Feyenoord 0, and in a game, a huge game in this Europa League, you know, in this Europa League group. This game, you know, it can't be understated how important this game is to us. To take the lead so early on is very encouraging. So West Brom 1, Feyenoord 0, and in the 20th minute, Feyenoord come forward themselves down the left hand side. It's the number 14 who collects the ball and crosses the ball in, and it's Toornstra, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but Toornstra who gets the goal and equalises for Feyenoord with the header. It clips the under the side of the bar, goes into the roof of the net and goes past Ben Foster, and Feyenoord, the Dutch side, are back on level terms just 8 minutes after conceding the opening goal. And I have to say as well, you know, Jolien Lescott is such an experienced defender. I put him in this game for that reason. I thought Nastasic, you know, not experienced, you know, Lescott is. I'll play Lescott for experience, and he just did not get tight enough, and Toornstra makes it West Brom 1, Feyenoord 1. So the Dutch side already back on level terms, and that's a real poor sign of defending there. But in 23rd minute, directly from kickoff, we come forward. Mabiniyang, the danger man, cuts inside Wilkshire and shoots, and it goes just wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So very unfortunate there, as he almost got his second goal of the game and 3 in 2, but it was still 1-1. And in the 49th minute here, early on in the second half, Feyenoord come through again. The number 7 collects the ball and finds Nelom down his left hand side, plays it inside towards Toornstra, and again it's another goal for that man Toornstra. He makes it 2-1, and well, you know, if the first goal wasn't really my fault, it was just poor AI marking from Lescott, well, this one really is my error, because as the ball got played forward there, I tried to be cheeky with Zambrano and backheel it towards the midfielder and go on the break, and instead it went straight to Toornstra, who drills in at the near post and makes it West Brom 1, Feyenoord 2. So 2 goals for him and 2-1 to the Dutch side, and really in this second half I just could not break Feyenoord down. We had a late chance here in the 90th minute, but Brown Day's shot was blocked and cleared away by Feyenoord. And the last chance would fall in stoppage time. Patrick Roberts turns his man, gets himself inside. The young man strikes it, but can't score like he did against Torpedo Moscow in the first Europa League game. He drags his shot wide. That was the last kick of the game. It finishes here at the Hawthorns. West Brom 1, Feyenoord 2. And in a game we couldn't afford to lose, really. We needed to win. We end up losing the game and getting 0 points, but most importantly, Feyenoord, the side who I think we'll be battling with for that second place finish, claim a massive 3 points here at the Hawthorns. So a huge defeat for us, a really bad loss, as you'd expect. Napoli beat Torpedo Moscow in their game, so obviously, you know, from 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss, not what we need. And again, the ball come to us, and you know, we've only lost 3 times this season already, and again, they come to us and give us an email saying, you know, yes, you're still the man for the job, don't worry about it, but still, you know, basically making us feel a little bit pressured. You know, yes, of course they did say in that email, like they have in the previous 2, that they're reassuring us we are the man for the job, but you know, to be honest, that's 3 games we've lost and 3 emails where the board have given us a little bit of a, not really a nudge in terms of criticism, not really little, it's a bit like a flick in the ear, you know. They're not saying anything too bad, but they're just making us aware of the fact that we can't we can't lose those games. And I have to say, that's kind of disappointing, because really, we had such a great season last year. FA Cup finalists, and finishing in 7th place was an amazing achievement for us as well. And we've only lost 3 times this season, but on the back of every single defeat, the board have came to us and given us an email and basically said, you've got to change things, otherwise we may put a little bit of put a little bit more pressure on you. And I've been told it's very hard to get sacked as a manager of a club on career mode. I've never been sacked managing a club. I have been sacked managing a nation in South Korea in any of my career modes, but I've never been sacked in any of the career modes I've done by the club. But I don't know, 3 defeats and 3 emails from the board. You never know. Maybe they're sitting there and thinking, we've done a good job getting them into the Europa League and into the FA Cup final, but maybe, just maybe, they'd like someone more experienced to take over at the helm of West Brom. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll start to get it sorted as well in terms of those big games, but even so, it's not nice to see those emails. That really does make me feel a little bit pressured. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like. We had 2 episodes of career mode today, so if you can leave a like to show support, then please do so, and I will see you for the next episode of career mode tomorrow afternoon.